Yeah, welcome back to the firehouse for some more firehouse reasoning. Tonight in the firehouse, I'm going to be examining the house of the Rastas. Yeah. Because in my previous reason, it would seem to the listeners that I'm always attacking Christianity and Islam, you know, but never deal with the Rastas. Well, it seems to me now that, like I tell you, in this world, everything is of a positive and a negative. So obviously Rasta is of the same nature. It have a positive and a negative. In other words, it have a in and it have a out. Now the outward part of Rasta, when I examine the outward part of that, I call it a diluted form of Christianity, where they are more or less dealing with a bloodline thing. Sometimes I like to say for myself, because we was under pressure for so long, you know, we decided to create a movement for ourselves. So some people thought to themselves, well, if the white man have Jesus, you know, and the brown man have the Buddha and whatever, you know, the Arabs have Muhammad, because all these outward religion have a front man, superstar I like to call them. So naturally an element in Rasta decide, well, we might as well have a front man and present His Majesty is the front man, Emperor Haile Selassie of Ethiopia. And according to them, you know, he's, if you trace his bloodline going back to David, same idiotic business that these Abrahamic religion come up with. He's descendant of Christ, are the same lineage. And some actually view His Majesty then as a reincarnation of this Jesus Christ. But obviously, like I tell you before, Jesus Christ is not a real character anyway. You know, it's a figment of the outside lunatic's imagination. So how could such a thing enter into the house of Rasta then? Like I say, Rasta is of a positive and a negative. You see what I mean? So these ideas are what the outward Rasta believe in. I even say to myself, because Rasta, you have a lot of even white Rastas. I would like to ask them, if you consider yourself as a Rasta, if you're not really just dealing with the hairstyle and thing, which I know that what most people are dealing with, but if you was say you're a genuine Rasta, then surely you cannot believe that His Majesty is God. You know what I mean? But then again, some black people believe that the white Jesus shown to them is God. So maybe you are deluded like that. You know what I mean? But those people who, like I say, follow His Majesty and are believers in such what I call total idiocy. You know what I mean? Because obviously, like I said before, the people who follow Jesus are deluded anyway. Because Jesus is not a real person. So if you have another group of people who are going about the earth telling people that Selassie, His Majesty is Jesus returned, then obviously they are deluded as well. Now if any human being, or any of you who call yourself Rastas, yeah, know anyone who is a follower of His Majesty, then you, by somewhere there, I'm telling you, you are looking at a deluded being. You understand? Because obviously for a start, like I'm telling you, His Majesty is a human being then, just like any human being. But he is not yourself in it. And imagine that our forefathers tell us, never tell us that we should know His Majesty, or that we should know Jesus, or that we should know the Buddha, or know nothing. The clear instruction that was that, man, know thyself. Telling you, that is a saying of the ancestors. But now what are we doing? No, we don't want to know ourselves. We are busy now shouting about His Majesty. Just like these that are shouting Muhammad or Jesus, like deluded. Well, I don't call I wouldn't call you deluded. You are not deluded. But you are consciously not doing the will of God while pretending that you are. You understand what I mean? Because if you wasn't pretending, there is no way now that you could be, like I say, because you cannot know these things. You just believe. All of you Rasta who are talking about Selassie's God and His Majesty, you don't know this, you just believe this because some other deluded dreads come along and tell you this and tell you that you should read a chapter a day. You know what I mean? Following the same idiotic biblical story. And when I say idiotic biblical story, don't take it that I'm saying that everything in the Bible is idiotic. I'm just saying that the Bible is like a fish. I love fish, but I don't eat the bones. So there is bones in the Bible. You see what I mean? So yes, I am. This is how I come to understand what Rasta is, or what true Rasta is. And then, like I tell you, once you find out, if you was a Christian, and you really find out what true Christianity is, you would crack all of the religion. But first you have to remove the outer form, because the outer form is concealing the real. So in the case of what we call Rastas, the outer form is all those who are talking about His Majesty, Selassie, and all those who believe that whether He is the Son of God or that He is God, these people form the outer form of Rasta. To get to the inner form, you have to remove them from out of the way. Removing them, like I say, is meaning ignoring them totally. You know what I mean? Because you're not believe, because I'm not a believer, it's easy for me to do, because I don't believe anything that man go on about, I am a Noah. Noah don't stand for believe. Evidence. Facts. Now you cannot see my evidence and facts because they are in the invisible. You know what I mean? But I get them there anyway. So when I have the evidence and the facts, it's easy to remove. Or even when I was on my search, I'm not a soldier who hold on to any belief or stories that my mind cannot in some way comprehend or verify, Rather doubt it until such time arrives. You know what I mean? Let's have a drink. So because of that then, it was quite easy for me to say, like I say, slice through the outward form of Rasta. And like I say, with Jamaicans, or Caribbean if you like that one, I'm used to seeing people husking coconuts. So Rasta to me, I've always used that as my image of Rasta as a coconut, a thing that contains a very refreshing juice. But nevertheless, when it's ready, you have to remove the outer husk violently with a very sharp machete. So it takes a very sharp mind to slice through the outer husk of what we call Rasta to reach the juice that is within. You understand? Once I've done that, then I can discover, like I tell you, the juice within, which is what the Rasta would call now Rastafari. So when they would imagine to themselves that His Imperial Majesty Haydn, as their example, is God and whatever they think that there is. If they go to Chinaman and to China and tell the Chinaman that, a lot of Chinaman don't even know who His Majesty is. And if you go to certain part of the earth, they would know. But the internal Rastafari now, when I explain it to any human being, or if I have it translated, after I tell them who Rastafari is, you see what I mean? I can explain it like I tell you in the 9th grade general style. It's a 9th grade level explanation, I say. We don't use the owl in this one. We use the 9th grade general to explain this name here now. The internal way is that, like I tell you before, it is a 9-letter word, Rasta, for I. And the number 9 is a fullness. Because when you leave from 1 and go to 9, you cannot go any further. You have to bring back the 1. It's like a complete. So this name now, Rastafari, like I'm telling you, stand for the one universe, because this universe is one. Yeah? It stands for the one planet Earth, because the Earth is one. Never mind what they are about different country, not no different country. One planet Earth. And then on the planet Earth, I don't say the walk, I would rather say crawling up on the planet Earth, yeah? You have one race of people living, human beings. Now, this is we disregard the fact that some of them are black and white or whatever color. They are human beings, no different. There is no difference in any Jews and any blacks or any whites or anything at all. It's all made up story. They are just human beings. One. Within all these human beings, full of shit human beings, you have the one spirit that watch you all. Call it conscience if you want, or the light within her, you know. I'm just saying the name Rastafari is like a high definition name that makes things clearer. You see what I mean? So when I go to China and tell the Chinaman that blood clots, say, listen, virgin, conscience is within you. You understand? When you translate it into blood clot Chinese, you'll know what I'm on about. You might not know His Majesty from Ethiopia, but he knows what is going on within himself. You see what I mean? So Rastafari is not an outward one, that one anyone has ever seen. The one dwell within all. You see what I mean? But like I say, you're not going to know this one unless you remove the outer form of whatever religion you find yourself in. Because paradoxically, like I'm telling you, just like how all human beings are one and they appear in diverse form, so is religion. Religion is one, but appearing in diverse forms. It's not one on the outside, but it's one on the in. You see what I mean? Those who are on the outside are the pretenders. They make up the false. They become solid and set. You know, like if you are on a search, and instead of you searching, you giant, you become static or stagnant. I don't even know the right word for them. But you become, you stop the search, you give up. Somebody must have told you along the way that, listen, don't go up there, we've got it all here. Was revealed to us. You see what I mean? You cannot know the truth that way. So no outward, like I'm telling you. No outward, because all the outward, you should be able to see these things clearly in this time anyway, where I'm telling you that all the outward religion have a superstar. And all of them are telling you that God sent, whatever prophet and to reveal things to them. But that would be a stupid God, innit? Playing, just revealing things to certain people. You know what I mean? God talk to everyone. Whether in this time or that time, not to anyone special, but to everyone. You are the one who is not listening. You see? You don't follow your conscience. How can you be listening to God? Or did they convince you, just like how they convince you that you're black and you're white, innit? And brown. They convince you that God is up in heaven, wherever this blood clot table is above the sky. And naturally, like I said before, if God is up in heaven, then he's got to send his messenger in it, because he's away. He can't communicate with us, this God. You know? Maybe that's why you lot are behaving so goddamn idiotic. Because you think they're like I say, well, there's no God here, God is up in heaven, relaxing up there. So while the cats are away, the mice can play. No, but that again, like I say, is an idiotic conception, because God is right here within you. And the outside, any outside farm, who care what it is, like I say. Although in this reason we're dealing with the Rastas. You know what I mean? But any outside organization where God is concerned is a false thing. And is there chiefly for making money or for sexual gratification or whatever it is. I don't blood clot, no. I know for 100% certain that it is not the real. Because the real is never on show. You see what I mean? You have to get past the outer form to come to the inner. And the inner is where we gain our understanding in life. The inner is where we're going to meet God. You know what I mean? You don't have to go. God, there's no God up in no heaven, like I say anyway. You can meet this God that they are telling you about right here on earth. And God is always talking to you already, anyway. And forget about this devil, like I tell you before, that they are on about. There's no blood clot devil. There's positive and negative. And the choice is between those two energies. Ain't nothing wicked about the negative, you know what I mean? Wickedness wickedness exists within beings. Because they are the one with the selfishness and the jealousy and the spite and the hate and the lust and the greed. And all these things. So yeah, due to their own choice and desires, they can create that. But don't think that the negative energy is looking your energy or is looking for some recruit. Like these lunatics are trying to put in your mind about Satan. Yes, Satan must exist, but or might exist, but only the Satan that they create themselves, you know. Not in opposition to the creative energy. You know? Nothing like that exists at all. But first, like I say, you couldn't be believing in His Majesty and know these kind of things. You know what I mean? No, you can't be doing that. This is Rasta is not about believing. And amongst these religious movements as well, the only reason why I identify myself as a Rasta is because out of all these religious movements that you see on the planet Earth, Rasta is the only one of them that you can join without joining. You know what I mean? If I was to declare myself as a Muslim, it wouldn't be official unless I go and see somebody and utter some word. I don't know what word they want you to utter. And then if I decide that I'm going to be a Christian, whichever one of the 34,000 different sects of Christians, you hear that? 34,000, different sects of Christians. I don't know, I would have to utter some form or perform some ritual. Islam, like I say, don't have so much. They have 72. You know what I mean? But none of those 72 could I say I'm a Muslim without have to go under some form of ritual. You see what I mean? And likewise in Hinduism, Buddhism, whatever, and all the other ism. But in Rasta now, quite uniquely, I say, amongst these movements now, you don't have to declare to anyone that you are a Rasta. It's a matter of choice. So when I rise up then and say that I am a Rasta, I never went and see any man and say to them, oh, I want to be a Rasta, what do I do and how do I do it? No, I just simply rise up and say that I am a Rasta. And no human being on the planet can say, oh no, you're not Rasta. You know what I mean? Oh no, how are they going to see that when I've got the teachings of the Rastaman? You see what I mean? Because there is no way, no outward form of religious movements can deal with the inward part. None of your teacher can challenge the inward teacher. None of them have the range of words. You see what I mean? Because you're not dealing with the real, you are false and pretentious. You see what I mean? The inner is like I say, a storm that come to blow your little evil and deceptive behavior down. Because like I say, all outward religious movements are geared, I say, in a way to earn money, because the world is a money running thing in it. So now they pretend to be godly. So it's like how they play, I say they play the Jesus story on you. They give you Jesus as this holy Son of God, when Jesus is really the devil. And then they come up with another conception of the Antichrist. You see what I mean? So those who are against this devil that they set up called Christ now become Antichrist. Just like how they would set up to you the Labour and the Conservative Party. Everywhere they always give you a tool. So this keep you in this kind of confusion about Jesus, being the Son of God and the Antichrist, who is against Christ and Christ is coming. But Christ is not real. Christ is the devil that have stopped a lot of, I think it's 2 billion Christians, they say, have stopped them developing their true potential as beings. You know what I mean? Through this, like I say, some sick, with those sick, dirty beings, I say, like the Pope and all that. I can't believe it. I see it there that he was in Brazil and 2 million people was on the beach. They say, giving confession. And imagine 2 million people go, that is the force of the devil. What they call the devil. Those who are hypocrites, because that's another outward religious movements as well, you know what I mean? And this Pope then, he was saying that, that he is a Pope of the poor. Maybe he would start by getting rid of the vast richness of the Roman Catholic Church. Just a day before that, last week in the paper here now, they have the Archbishop of England saying that he was against some money lending place. I don't know what they call them. Some people that exploit the poor. And then the following day it was revealed that yes, the Church of England invests in the very money lending firm that he is on about. Yeah, but the people would be shocked if they realize what else these religious men invest in, because they have vast amount of money. They had money before industries was created, these goddamn sickos. So you find out that if the real thing was revealed to you, dumb human beings, these very people who are telling you that they are religious are the one who invest in all the guns and the bomb and everything. and are the real architect behind the evil. Because I never see the political man doing anything that the religious man here is not blessing. But then again, like I said, because I'm the old man, I can see him clearly. That he's the chief sicko. Worse up the worse. Yeah, I say, in a lot of my reason, I say I prefer the criminal who is just straightforward, rather than one who does his criminality behind the pretense of God. You see what I mean? That's the worst kind of devils. But that's what these sickos are. Yeah, well, little by little now the people are seeing that the politicians are sicko. But when are they going to realize that the real sicko now is the religious man? I'm telling you, these religious sickos, you can tell they are responsible. If there's a war going on, they go and bless the soldiers to go and kill other people, like I tell you. But they deceive you, like I say, with their false piety and their pretentious humbleness. You know? Presentation. But, like I say, you know, when the light arrives, everything is coming to light, everything is finished. And like I say to myself, the reason why I'm making this video tonight, and addressing it to Rastas then, are those who claim that the Rastas, it's like a call to come to your senses. You know what I mean? Because a fire is coming. The system here on earth is going to come to a rapid conclusion. Yeah. Yeah, man. So it would be best if you know who you are. Because who knows what is going to happen? You know what I mean? I don't know what is going to happen, you know. I just say things is coming to a rapid conclusion here. You know what I mean? Because we know what the problem is. It's not like there is a belief that, we believe that this is the problem. No, we know what the problem is on earth, what the full problem is. And know what the antidote and the cure is as well. You see what I mean? It's not a matter of belief now. We're not believing that God is up in the heavens and calling on God and in the heavens to assist. We know the God that dwells within. And we know that you've been misbehaving against the will of that one. You understand what I mean? And breaking all the laws. And like you can see around you know, things are going to change around here. You see what I mean? Because in this universe you have disorder, but you also have order. And there's been a lot of disorder on this planet. So I think it's time we settle the score, just like the rhythm is stripping in the background and saying, and that the score is going to get settled. You know what I mean? So if the score is going to get settled and those who are half alert, I say, can feel the vibration that are some of the changes that is going on in earth. You know what I mean? Then you know that these things ain't joking. You know what I mean? I am not a man who I say would sit in front of a camera to talk any joke. You know what I mean? Everything I talk is like about 1 trillion and 2 trillion and 5 trillion. Serious. You know what I mean? And if I never know them, no blood clot where I'm going to speak. I couldn't bother talk about things that I believe. You know what I mean? I've seen this belief business. That's why I just stay on a one dimension and thing. So I don't know nothing. I just know that God is within blood clot, man. For definite sure. That's all I know. I don't know fuck all else. You know what I mean? So from I know that then. And I know that the God that is within man, which is the real God I'm on about, you know. Don't send anyone here. I can't even know no son to send here. I'm pussy clout about send the son. Are you stupid? That is just the idea of these, the outer farm, who's decided to make up stories to make money. And like I say, it's a natural thing anyway still as well. Because the world is positive and negative. If it was just a positive world, then you wouldn't have such a thing. But it's a positive and negative world. So whenever the positive arrive here, it must take on a negative. You see, the negative come like a cloud. It's like something like how the body clothes the spirit. Right? I mean, so it's a natural thing then. But it's still, you have to work through this negativity to reach the positivity. You see what I mean? So it's the same with any one of your books you're going on. It's a positive and a negative. Although I know you think in all your heart that it's God's holy word and it's the holy Bible, you know. But nothing, never mind that. Everything here is positive and negative, including yourself, human beings, and the things around us. You see? So it's easy. Sometimes you watch like some conversation or a debate between Christian and Muslim, and you hear the Muslims say, oh, the Bible says that. They're pointing out the wrongs or the negativity. And, you know, the Christian are, and then they go and point out the negativity within the Quran. And so they are, you know what I mean? Instead of just understanding that positive and negative run through everything. It doesn't matter how you are going. I don't know who teach you this holy teaching and put it in your head that, no, for some reason, there is one book that is, you know, uncontaminated by negativity. No, man, negativity run. If negativity run through you, never mind the pages of a book that man write. Because as holy as you think your book is, just man write that, you know. Never appear out of the sky miraculously. You know what I mean? So yes, those who are thinking that Muhammad is whatever Muhammad is and Jesus is whatever, and like Rasta and that Selassie is this, that, of course these beings are deluded beings. Are you into some kind of worshipping human beings anyway? Be they king or, you know. Because like I tell you, I don't look down on no one, I look up to no one. Oh, fuck king, who make king? Who tell man say he must king? And another thing I say with because I'm a man from deep Congo. Because whenever we no one know exactly where our roots are in Africa still. Although most men want to head to Ethiopia, but I don't want to head up to Ethiopia or even to Egypt. I am from in the bush, deep, I said deep Congo. You know what I mean? So you wouldn't find that when these men decided to choose Selassie or look for a black man to represent their head then, you know? Bumbleclaw, why you never go in deep Congo and look for a chief down there, a king chief in the bush? And say, yeah man, a black man will look really black. No, gone up to Ethiopia where I said the man them have a strong strain of Arabic mixture where they mix with up there. Because it's still in a way shame of the bushman. You see what I mean? That's what I see anyway, you know. That is my personal observation. So differently, if although the whole idea is false anyway and thing, but I'm saying you should have still choose a man with black like Mystic Rasta. And have lips to look like that. This man look like an African man. Yeah, real one. But even in that you find out, you know, they choose some light farm of being to represent. Well, I said that the whole part of Rasta is hypocrisy. You know what I mean? Because it's the outward form. But nevertheless, when I say it's hypocrisy, you know, at the same time, it is still that part that draws one towards Rasta still. But are you brave enough to go beyond that? That's what I'm saying. Are you just going to stop there with your little fashion, like a car, fashion dread, and your little believing in what you don't know? Just like if you join any other movements. But in Rasta, you don't have to be like that because you never join Rasta. No one baptize you into it. You take up this mantle on yourself and say that you are a Rasta. So what make you a Rasta then? Or did somebody else tell you what it is to be a Rasta? I was human enough to find out, or woman enough to find out what Rasta really is for yourself. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day then, what is Rasta? Or what is a Rasta? It's only somebody who live honestly. And you can live honestly no matter where you are on the blood-clad planet. It's not like a private club blood-clad business. That's why you don't have to join Rasta. Because Rasta is everywhere. Free walking wherever you are. What I'm saying, are you living it though? Because to be a Rasta then, if you don't want to call it Rasta, to be a Christian or a Muslim, you have to live honestly and clean, innit? Because the one that dwell within is seeing your heart and your mind. You see me? Or your blood-clad soul, if you want to call it that. If your intention is not pure and clean, how the fuck are you going to learn? You can't. It will be like being in this room but not finding the door to come out, because that's what the mind is like. If you don't honestly change, you get locked in a door, in a room, and you just go around in that blood-clad room. Ain't no coming out. Of course, all this is happening in the invisible. You are not going to realize this, that all your life you're going on a blood-clad maze but cannot find the way out. And the reason why you cannot find the way out, because you're not blood-clad honest. Honesty is the key that open up all door or switch on the light. Anyhow, any being come here and live in a dishonest way, they are locked in a department of the mind. No matter what you think that you are achieving, you're achieving nothing. You're just going around in a maze that you can never get out of. You see what I mean? I am not the one who designed these rules, you know. I'm just telling you about them. Know about them though still. So there ain't no way for anyone to understand anything unless they are truthfully honest. So if I was not truthfully honest being, I could know what I know, no pussy clot way. You know? That's just how it is. God ain't showing no fucker, no me or nobody any favor here, you know what I mean? And God ain't putting no intention. You have to be like that yourself. So I am just, like I tell you before, somebody who love the truth, innit? People love, you can love anything you want in creation, innit? Anything that you can see here around you in life. So people have their different loves, innit? Some people might just love their family. I don't bumbuck that, no. You might just love your race, innit? I don't know why I love. I am just telling you what I desire is what is right and correct. I love that. I desire that. So I get that. I get to understand that. Because I am honest. Not to human being, to blood clot God about that. But true I'm honest to God, it turn out that you just automatically be honest to human being as well. But you are not the one seeing my blood-clad heart and mind and soul or my intention. You see, the one inside sees that, and when it's clean, you get a passage. You say, go on. So you get released from out of the mind. But what I'm saying is, if you're not like that, if you're not honest, you are going to be locked in the mind. And when you are locked in the mind, you won't be able to see clearly. Because the mind won't be receiving, the room that you are in won't be, there no light, no in there. Because if light was in there, you'll find your way out. You know what I mean? So the mind is a dark place. What I say is the womb. It's where we have, it's our mother, you know what I mean? The mind still. It's not to say, because if you say the mind is a dark place, people start to think, oh, this mind is evil and all this kind of... No, it's a dark place simply because it's a womb that you must emerge from. Like how your mother give you birth. You see what I mean? But you ain't going to emerge from this womb, like I'm telling you, if you don't apply honesty, which is the key that open the doors of your mind. You know what I mean? So when I say apply honesty, I mean in your life. Whether it's your sex life or your play life or whatever type of life you are living, you have to live it honestly. You know what I mean? And develop a love for the oneness of life. For the one planet Earth. Because you know some people only love their own country, innit? You know what I mean? There's no way in their own mind that they could think of loving the whole planet Earth. And then some people just love their own race. Are people who look like themselves. There's no way at all they could actually love and care for all the rascal human being who crawl on the blood clot planet. You know what I mean? They don't give a fuck. They say, oh yeah, fuck them over there. So they can't develop that love where they love the whole earth. Love all the rascal people who is on it. You know? The beings. And even think to themselves, yeah, all the beings on this planet are entitled to be here and should get their fair share of the cake. No, they don't can develop that or cannot expand themselves to care and share for, you know what I mean? These outward people are, like I say, selfish to the core. You know what I mean? In whatever field you find them, be they in their business activity as they call them. Because business is just corruption still. Or in everything is corruption here. Whether it's business, religious, it's a cesspit of vile and sick behavior against the will of God, of course. You know what I mean? Because in their own mind, God don't exist. And even if God do exist in these idiots' mind, God is up in heaven and God is... You are supposed to pray to God and beg God for you to reach and all this kind of idiocy. So they're not dealing with the real God because they themselves are not real. Because you're false. You know what I mean? Like I tell you before, it's an easy example. There's no way that you can throw clean water into a dirty glass. It will spoil it. And it's the same thing with dirty minds. Truth will never enter it. Either by God doing it or God's soldiers them trying to tell you. It cannot happen. The only way it can happen is when you clean up this dirty mind. And only you can do it. Nobody else can't do it for you. But you. You understand what I mean? So until you get serious, you ain't going to know the truth. You know what I mean? And understand what is happening in life, what is going on within this time. The changes that are taking place, like I'm saying. Now that the shit steam is coming to a rapid conclusion, I say. I always say to myself, why would the fuck would I be born if it wasn't to destroy blood clot, the shit steam that exists on this fucking planet? It'd be a waste of life as far as I'm concerned. Because like I tell you, other people have other interests in it. I don't know what their interests are or what their desire here is. My desire here has always been from I was 27 to destroy this fucking idiotic system that man live on. Who you a fuck if it's in India, China, any blood clot where, or if it's any idiotic system beyond this fucking dimension as well. You know, that being should live in such a sickly and idiotic and stupid way when there is intelligence within them of the highest form. Totally is, you know. And yet because of selfishness and greed, like I say, and lust and spite and hate, they've created well, I couldn't, like I say, I can't find the words in my vocabulary to describe what they've created here, what they do here to themselves, amongst themselves, and not to mention what they've done to animal life, or plant life, or blood clot, sea life, or air life. But everything is just of a total destructive, like a hate energy. If there's anywhere in the fucking universe that there's a hate energy, it must be Rasclad here. Yeah, man. Maybe some other fucking backward being somewhere else is going on with the hate energy. I don't know, but it's definitely here on Earth now. The hate energy is the main energy that drive things here on Earth. Amazing, like I say, when people, like I say, it must be the end of times, man. Because one time I read there in Revelation where it says something like you won't be able to buy and sell unless you have the mark of the beast. And right now through these WikiLeaks business, whether it's with the Bradley man in case, or the Snowden case, or the man who's got to be hiding in the Ecuadorian embassy there in London, you can see for yourself now that no, you can't do anything without the say-so of America. Whether you can say British government, German government, all of them have to be spying for these rich people in America. And the rich and powerful people in America are telling them what to do. But this is like I say before, in my own self. These rich, to me, there is no American apart from the native Indian. The blacks are the descendants of the slave that the European brought there, and the European don't belong there. They only been over there 200 years. Maybe have you reached 250 yet over there? I don't know. That time over there. So these are still just Europeans masquerading themselves as America. Now, when they first went to America, they went there and, like I say, committed all type of atrocities. They let the blood of the native Indian run wild, and the blood of the buffalo. So all their thing was built on blood. They've never stopped killing since. They are the most effective killing machine that's have ever risen on the planet. Cause the death of more souls than any power that has ever arisen, either directly or indirectly every day. They cause more human beings to suffer. Like we say, these people they'll say, oh, we don't torture people. More, but they'll bring you somewhere else and have you tortured though. In another country. Because everybody have to do the bidding. They equip and organize most of these, what they would call Middle Eastern country, with the weapons and the guns that is keeping their population down. And the Americans are the one who arm and train them. Well, I say the Americans and the Europeans, I just class Americans as European. The Europeans are the one who make 95% of the arms in the world, if not 97%. I know the Chinaman, them whole little have the arm making around there, you know. But the European man, and Russian man, the Russian man a European man too. Yeah, he's the one ruling Russia. These men are the men who create 98% of the weapon in the world, you know. These European men, never mind, they're not called no American. They are European. And sell and export these things. And they are the one causing all the evil on the planet. and passing themselves off as government. But when are you going to see that these are sick souls? Because, okay, yeah, you are supporting them here now. I call it just like how these sickos, if you do a crime and somebody was with you, they call it aiding and abetting a crime. You are a party to this thing. You see what I mean? So if you are aiding and abetting evil behavior on this planet, you know, if you are supporting it, you are a party to this crime, you are aiding and abetting evil. By supporting it, by agreeing, you know, in your speech or your words, when you can see clearly the evil that they are doing. Imagine people in America sit right, where no bombs has ever fallen, and the American government keep calling to go and change things in Iraq, in Libya, in Syria, killing people in their own land. No one has ever come to America, apart from them going there killing the Indians. But no other nation of people has gone there since to attack them, killing them. But they are busy killing people in Vietnam, in North Korea, well, they split it up now. It was Korea, now it's North and South, because they went there killing people. I don't know how many people they kill all around, those Indonesian, those they kill. I don't know how much they kill throughout the Middle East. You know what I mean? And they kill a great deal in Japan. And it wasn't one nuclear bomb they dropped down there, but two. So murderous and sick these, and now they have these same sick devils fronted by this farmer. You know what I mean? Going around the world right now in the 2013, murdering as much people as they can, and about CIA and secret intelligence, as if the beings that make up the CIA and the secret intelligence service that they are telling you about are any moral human being. They are vampires, sickos, working undercover in the dark for the goddamn evil forces that control the planet. These souls are going to be fucking sorry the day they come out a pussy for the actions that they are doing. No one get away with anything here, you don't understand? Yeah, you get away with that fuckery now. And you make some fucking man pay you. You sell your soul. So you're in some government institution hiding, behaving sickly ways to keep your fellow human being down, claiming that you are some fucking intelligence officer. No, ain't fucking anything intelligent about you. You're a sick human being. You're a human being that has been programmed to sustain the evil that has kept man in the position that he's been for I don't know how fucking long. But the game is up. This is what I'm saying, you know. The fucking game is up. Things are happening that you have no fucking control over it, I say. Soon you'll be fucking running out of your fucking CIA or MI5 or 6, wherever you are, you know. People will be running all over, just like they say in your Revelation, you know. Because this is the time of the fire. So that's why I'm telling you now, it's time for people to stop this fucking pretense. It's time for the outside religious man to admit to himself that what he's doing in a fucking pretense and stop it. You understand? None of this are, if he don't, which maybe he don't want to stop it. But I'm saying you, the flock, normal people then, it's time for you to realize that these kind of things are not genuine. It's not real, it's a pretense. You will never find the real that way. You understand? If you want to know the real God, which God exists for real, you know, it's not a joke. But all you have to do is to live honestly. Live honestly and God will reveal himself. God reveal himself to those who deal in honesty. And when I say God reveal himself, get away from the principle that God is, that the energy that we call in God is a man. I've told these sickos before that this energy is in male and female, innit? But it's not a male and not a female. A thing beyond male and female. You see what I mean? Just like the spirit is not the body is a male body or a female body, but the goddamn spirit is a spirit that take on the form of a male or a female. You know what I mean? So that's why people, I say, male and female cannot see their equality. Because they are just concentrating at the body. Don't say the man is stronger than the woman or vice versa. That's just the rascal body. Imagine the body is like you take clothes off. You take the body off. Eh? When you take the body off, there is a spirit. You see what I mean? Now spirit and spirit have the ability to know what is right and correct and truthful and honest. You got fuck all to do with whether the spirit take on a body with pussy or one with prick. I don't know if these human beings can grasp the reality of such things, you know what I mean? But that's making truth complicated when you bring male and female into it. Because what has that got to do with being an honest person? Nothing. As if it's only men who could live honest. Because it's the living of honest. It's an honest living that reveals the truth to you. So are you telling me then that it's only men who can be honest in their... Because this honesty can only be brought out in your activity with other human beings. So are you telling me that it's only men who could associate with other men and other women and be honest? But if women do it, they can't be honest. What stops them from being honest? Fuck all. You know what I mean? It's just, these things are just excuse. So in the firehouse, I don't have any excuse for any man or any woman that don't know what is right and correct when the fucking truth is in them as well, and it is in all of us. You know, God is not hiding from, I say, oh, I'm not putting myself in womankind. You know? God is in rascal, male and female. So the fuck can, if the man can know the God then, this goodness, whatever label you want to put on it, what stop the fucking woman? She got a head in it. Yeah? We agree? Women have head. They have minds, yeah? Can think. So from you have mind and head and you can think, innit? That's all you need so you can operate. So you can see on a level then. In the sight of outside idiots, I would say, there is this thing that maybe, you know, the woman have to walk behind the man and all this fuckery. Yeah, well, that go on in outside thing. But in truth, you fucking walk and you never mind walking behind anybody. And you walk side by side with somebody. You know? You know the truth. You have your own mind, you fucking thinking it. The man is not God, so I don't see why the fucking woman should be looking to a man for guidance. Unless the woman is a fucking idiot, I say. Because you should be looking towards God. That doesn't mean you can't look towards a man, you know. It's a paradox that you have to unriddle still. You know? Because then some woman might take it the wrong way and think, fuck me, then me not have to talk to no man, we better go look, just talk to God, but you have to relate. You know? When I say don't follow man, I mean don't follow back at him when God is in you, because the man is not God. You must know the God that is within you. Then you will know, as an example then, if a man know the God that is within him, he will know how to relate to a woman. And likewise, when the woman find this out, she will know how to relate to a man. You know what I mean? Not saying it's an easy process to learn. I'm just saying that in whatever, whether it's between a man and a woman, or how we understand life, we'll never understand it properly until we know this one who is within. Because this is the one who knows the way. When this one teach it to you, your life become balanced. You know what I mean? If you was a drunkard, you wouldn't be drunk anymore. If you was a thief, you would stop it. If you was jealous and you just stop those things when you encounter this one and this one show you this way. Trust me, you would love it so much that you would instantly give up all the fuck, man. You'd volunteer. You see what I mean? It's a natural thing. Once you know the way. But when you don't know the way now, and the only way why people don't know the way, like I say, is that they don't take up the honesty. So if a man is not living honesty, of course he's going to blood clot, come up with him story of Jesus and talk about the prophets and all those kind of thing, because it's a diversion away from what is right. It's a diversion away from knowing who you are. And that's why you can never ever be right. Because anything that diverts you away from who you are or who you should be cannot be right. And if you are going on about Jesus, Selassie, Muhammad, the Buddha, you know, I'm saying in the case of Rasta, His Majesty Selassie, that ain't you, is it? His Majesty is Emperor of Ethiopia, like I say. Well, I'm not Emperor of the Congo, because I'm from the Congo, in the bush there. But he's not you. He's a man that was a king there, and you spend your life going on about him. So when you are going on about him, you don't get to know who you are. And if you did know who you are, you wouldn't be going on about him. Like I tell you before, earlier and in the reason, life, it never say, the ancestors never say that we should know Tom Brown or Peter Brown or his man. It says, know thyself. You know? Now, a lot of people, when you say know thyself, a lot of people, they think this means to know their character, their personal character. No, but there's a deeper self than the personal character. If you want to call this self the conscience, this is the self that knows. You know? Or you call it the all-seeing eye if you want then, no? But this one that is within, that see and knows all. That is the one. You know what I mean? When you know that one, this one knows. So this is the one that teach you. What I'm saying, you have to volunteer for this one to teach you though, you know. You know? Yeah, this, because it's a choice thing. So you have to make this teaching to you, but are you going to listen? It's like going to school. It's the same thing. Same process like going to school. Like I say, some children learn or they pay attention and some don't. So in the school of life, most people don't pay attention to the conscience, what it's trying to tell them. Too busy, because you know what I mean, a lot of distraction in life. But if you did, you would learn something, you know what I mean? Because conscience is a teacher. And without you knowing this conscience, you could never be a true Rasta or a true Christian or anything, because only conscience knows the way. You see what I mean? Nothing else don't know the way, you know. There's only one. Just like how I'm saying, it's such a simple thing that just sometimes I just get fed up of saying the same thing over and over and over and over. There's only one sun in the goddamn sky. As a representation of firehouse. Only one. That's the only place light can come from. Light, let's say in this case, right, light is truth. What is honesty, what is pure, what is right, what is correct. So the sun is demonstrating it. It can only come from one place, nowhere else, light. Well, within your own being, all of you, this same sun that you see there, that's what we call conscience. This one sun is in everyone. Man, woman, this one, it shines a light in the psyche. You know, the psychic world. Or if you want to put it this way, that world that you see out there, where we live in, is also in. Eh? So within, in, you have this sun that shines a light on all beings. You see what I mean? Just this one sun. Say it can't, and the light can't come from anywhere else. So if you have a man living in China as an example, and he knows the truth, he's getting it from the same sun that I am getting it from. You know, like how we say if it was a warm day in England and then we all get the sun, or anywhere on earth, we all get the light from this one sun. The same goes in the psyche. Wherever you are on the planet or beyond the planet, when you log on to this one, you get the understanding. Every human being can, because it's a one thing. You see what I mean? It's not a two. That's why I tell you when I go to blood clot China and tell him you'll know. Anywhere on the pussy clot planet, I go and speak to any being, they will know. Don't have to know the language, but when I get it translated to them, they will know what I'm talking about. You see what I mean? Because the one is in them, in it. Are you going to deny the fact when I tell you that the one is within you? Well, you can try and deny. No human being can deny. You know, they will say, oh yeah, I feel, maybe, I'm not sure. But you can, like I say, deny all you want. This is a fact. It's just not a fact in the physical sense of the term. You know, like how a physical scientist could present his facts. But it's a fact in the invisible. And it's such a fact as well that even though the people that I'm speaking to, who have never seen what they would term conscience, it's such a fact that they cannot deny it. Still, because they felt the promptings of it. They know what it is for this conscience to make them feel guilty. They just don't understand what it is. You know what I mean? So to actually tell them that it is God, they would be startled at such a, so conscience is God. Yeah, conscience is God. The highest intelligence that dwell either in you beings here or there, anywhere, this dimension or any dimension, you know. And when I'm telling you that, like I say, welcome back to the firehouse. The firehouse, like I'm telling you, is like the sun. It's like if you can imagine, say, there's some beings living on the moon, but there are beings who live in the sun, in the firehouse, you know. So I am a fire general. I can live in the fire, in firehouse. Because conscience is a very hot house. You see what I mean? So hot that the majority of beings keep away from it. Yeah, they don't like the heat of the fire. So they don't really draw near to firehouse, you know. The heat is too intense. You see? Because it's a purification heat. And only those who are in the process of purification can come in the fire, because the fire is going to burn away all blood clot illusion from out of your blood clot mind. Totally. Without, you know, see. So you're finding that it's a whole paradox, I say, where all are called, but only a few choose to go. What frightened them? I don't know. Maybe it's the intensity of the fire. Maybe it's the pleasure and delight that they find in their wrongdoing, I say. You know? Their depraved behavior. They find pleasure in nonsensical behavior. And take this pleasure in what should be right and proper behavior. It is scorned here. You know what I mean? What is glorified here now is the people who are the most depraved. I have seen them made star out of people like Lady Gaga, simply for dressing up in ridiculous outfit with nothing at all, you know what I mean? And singing songs that make absolutely no fucking sense whatsoever. But yet such a person is glorified, you know what I mean? Or if you flash your breasts or those strip naked. I don't know how many times, as an example, because I buy what I call the low tabloid papers. You know what I mean? You find the same woman there now been, for the last 10 years, she's been showing her best, or according to her, posing in sexy pose. I don't know how many sexy pose you can pose, you know, or how many different positions a man is going to see your body in, you know. And when people say, oh, yeah, she still got it. Got what? Like the other day I see in the paper, the Kate Moss posing in just some jewelry, you know, and they say, oh, she still got it. Got what? You know? For 10 or 20 years you've been sitting around half naked and doing that, and you haven't achieved nothing, you know. All that is just idiotic behavior. I feel sorry for souls like those. But no doubt at the same time people think, you know, at least she's got 50 million or 60 million. You can't take fucking 50 or 60 million with you when death come for you. And as sexy as your little body is, like that blood clot soon wrinkle up. Or if you don't wrinkle up, your blood clot die when you're young or when you're middle. Who give a fuck? When one way or the other, you remove from that body. So all you, I don't know what the right word for them, self-righteous, puffed up, ignorant fools who's been paid to behave in this ungodly manner to support this sick and vile system. Like I say, feel sorry for your fucking soul. And there ain't no fucking excuse whether you was a male or a female. Because like I tell you, God is within you all. You are the one ignoring the one. You see what I mean? As if you don't blood clot care, like I say. And you can do what you want and you can get away with it and you can bully who you want here, walk on whose head you want to walk on, you know what I mean? Claim that you are a Rasta when you're not a rascal Rasta. Or like I say, claim that you are a Muslim or a Christian or whoever the fuck you're here pretending to be when you're not. You know what I mean? For the wrong reasons and wrong purpose. But like I'm saying, you know, the light has been turned on by our brethren, the owl here now seeing. And I'm just telling you now, I want in humanity, because my message is not very on any personal level, but on a humanity level. You're going to get fucked. The time is rapidly approaching when the system is collapsing totally, you know, because a new dawn is coming in. You see what I mean? Because we know the law now. So there's a change. Negativity has run its course. You know what I mean? We are here to map up things. Anyway, like I say, I have been rapping right now for a while about the true meaning of Rasta for those of you who either are claiming to be Rastas or those of you who have no idea what Rasta is, but might have just heard people saying that they're Rasta, but has never had a clear explanation of what this Rasta is. I'm hoping this reason I give you a clear explanation as to who a true Rasta is. You know what I mean? If you want to be a Rasta, what you have to do to be a Rasta. You know what? You don't have to do nothing, like I say. You don't have to join anyone, me or anyone. All you have to do is sit down, maybe when you're on your toilet having a shit, you know what I mean? And examine your character as a human being. And if the faults that you find within this character, you change that. You know what I mean? And live by that. Start to practice what you know is right within your own heart and mind and soul. Live by that. That is what a Rasta is. That is what is going to teach you. You know what I mean? Because you know that many people are saying the Rasta, they think it's the hair that you grow on your head. Many people are what we call in Rasta bag of wolf in sheep clothing. In fact, in the case of the fire, all of these fucking outward movements of Rastas are bag of wolf in sheep clothing. These who are shouting to His Majesty are bag of wolf in sheep clothing. You know what I mean? But yeah, you have up the dread and you say in His Majesty and but yeah, that is for people to see. But God ain't get interested in what people are blood clot seeing. Because he's looking at your fucking heart and your mind. And knowing that if your heart and your mind was proper, straight, you wouldn't be coming out with that fuckery. Because you will see the truth. Anyway, like I'm saying, I am sure I burn enough fire for this time of the night. So what I and I is going to do is reel out and fire out from the firehouse. Reel out, fade out and fire out. Rastafari, live it and rain it in the heart of all bumbuckler human being. Like pepper it up with a last swear word there in the fire. Fire out!